Russell Leedy is a seasoned singer, songwriter and producer who's released his latest single, Slow Down, marking the 12th release in his extensive catalogue. And Russell is with us here. How are you today?
I am doing outstanding. What a beautiful introduction. Thank you. I appreciate that. Those beautiful words. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, can you tell us a bit about the inspiration behind your latest single, Slow Down?
Well, I would like to say that there was some great epiphany, but it really wasn't that. I was, like Stairway to Heaven from Led Zeppelin. That was probably a great epiphany of a moment for a songwriter. But for me, I was just sitting at the piano here and working on a scale of music we called a Dorian scale and just finding some chords. And I came across the chords of that song that I really liked. And I thought about, we're all kind of blue collar folk in this area. And so this song should really be about a guy who just got off work and he's tired and comes home and falls asleep and kind of starts daydreaming about this, quite the get-together at his house during his day. And that's really all there was. That was the inspiration for it.
And were there any particular themes or experience that influenced the creation of the song, or did it just come?
No, it just, that sounds like a great melody, and it's the rhythm I really like because it kind of went back to, I took it back kind of with some, if you listen, you'll hear some of those old disco rhythms underneath everything in there. And, that's it. It was no great moment, but I love the song and it's great fun. And we had a great fun making the video for it.
And it marks the 12th release in your musical catalogue. So how do you think your music has evolved over these last 12 releases?
That's an excellent question. I think I go through I've always said that I'm more of a writer than a performer. So it goes through phases. I think that, lately I've been kind of in more of a popish dance kind of phase.
Yeah.
But that's not really where I'm most comfortable. I just, just however the mood strikes me, I may, sit down and hear, play something just like that chord, and there comes a song out of that, so I guess that's where I've evolved to from Dirty Little Secret, which I talked with you in the first release that we'd put out, which is more of a rock kind of song. This song is very much a dance feel to it, I guess.
And I was looking back at when we last spoke, and it doesn't feel like that long ago, but apparently it's been more than 2 years. So
it has been.
How much have you got done in that time?
Well, I have now I've probably written 75 to 100 songs.
Wow.
I've got in the studio here, I've got songs recorded and because I play all the instruments, so it takes me a minute to do the piano, play the drums, the bass, and all that stuff. So, but I have a lot of songs that are recorded that just need mixing and mastering, and that always comes last for me, as I have to wear a lot of hats in this operation.
Yeah.
But I think we've got a lot done. We've got the 12 songs that we put out. I feel to pretty good acclaim. Most people have enjoyed what they've heard. I think we have some interesting things coming in the future. I wrote a song about AI, artificial intelligence, which is really kind of in the news right now. And the song is going to be about, an artificial intelligent life that recognizes that it's alive. And I think the song's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, that's very fascinating.
Yes.
And what's the process of deciding what songs you've written that you're actually going to put out there? Because 12 releases versus 75 to 100 written songs is quite a ratio there.
It comes down to, sometimes I feel, I really like the sound of this song and I want the folks to hear that. And then I'll change my mind. Maybe I want, no, I should. So it's just, I wished I could say I had some process by which I go through. I do take a consensus. My wife, my friends that listen to the songs around me, because I'll send them a song and say, hey, what do you think of that? And I do take a consensus with them, and what do you think of this? And so I suppose it's by democratic vote, if you will.
Yes. Absolutely. Now, what can we expect from you in the not too distant future? Do you think that the songs that you're going to release will become more frequent?
I hope to release 5 songs in 2024, maybe 6. I'm so anxious as a writer. As a writer, you get very anxious, and you anticipate getting your work out to whomever's going to listen to it, and get their reaction, and hopefully impact someone somewhere in a good way. And it doesn't matter to me if it's 50 people or 50,000 people.
Yeah.
As long as someone is being impacted in a good way in their life, and they say, "Hey, I really like that song. Thanks for rating." I get that kind of feedback a lot. That makes my day. Really, that's the kind of thing we're looking for. So I'm thinking 6 songs for next year.
I guess that sounds quite achievable, to me as somebody who doesn't make songs, but one every couple months, I guess it's quite manageable.
Very easily, especially because I've got most of the songs that I've got written, I have recorded already.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of going in and, maybe replaying a part that I'd made a mistake on, or, again, just doing the mixing and mastering process to get it ready for radio and whatever streaming platforms that the songs will be on.
And as you mentioned, you're a singer, songwriter, producer, and performer. You're doing pretty much everything yourself. So how do you think that approach affects your music? Does it make it better or worse?
It just means that I write music that I love to sing. So if I'm on stage performing a song, I'm really into it, because if I write it, I like it.
Yeah.
Maybe not 100% of the time. I mean, there have been some songs that I think that I've written that I didn't really like, but for the most part, it's doing things as I do them independently. I have a 100% creative input to how I'm going to construct the song, how I'm going to orchestrate all the very instruments in the song, and then playing them, of course. I do miss somewhat, at times, the interaction of another musician. Of course, my longtime friend Keith passed away 3 years ago. My guitar player, we worked together for years, so I just kind of took over the duties myself. But it's fun, and I enjoy it.
You set up the band Kings of Carlisle with Keith, and one of the messages behind the band is live, love, and be free. So by doing everything yourself, I guess you are free and you are fulfilling the message.
Yes, look, we've always said, and I still say to this day, and as long as I've been involved in arts and entertainment, go pursue the thing that you love the most in life, man.
Yeah.
Don't let it pass you by. So many people spend their entire life doing something they really didn't want to do, and then, have a lot of regrets later. Go find that thing that you love to do. Don't worry about making money. The money will come if it's going to, but at least do something that you love, whether it's a hobby or whether it turns into a career, because if you don't do it, you will certainly live to regret not trying.
What are your kind of long-term goals? Because you want to do 5 or 6 songs in 2024. Where do you see it in the future and the music you're going to release after that?
I really want to start focusing on performing live. So I want to get, of the songs that I have written and the ones that I think are worthy to be released. I would like to have, 2 albums worth of material out there. We're getting close to that now. We got one good, so I think another 12 songs, and we will be able to do a really good show with the music that we have, a sufficient amount of time. And then, of course, we'll just continue on with this as I go down the road, adding more songs, and certainly putting a live show together is definitely in the future.
Well, in the meantime, where are we able to find this new single, Slow Down, and find all your other music as well?
Yes, you can, of course, on all the streaming platforms, Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, Amazon, you name it, they're there. Also, you can go to kingsofcarlislekoc.com, and all of our music is there. And you can get any of the songs there that we have. That's where you find us. We're not hard to find.
Brilliant. Well, many thanks for joining us today. It's been great to have you on the show again.
Yes, my pleasure. You're such a delight. Thank you very much.